lesson.
Lost in time, like tears in rain.
Hello there and welcome to the Full Droop RC channel. Today's video is gonna start off a little bit differently. I decided that for this one I wanted to try and get behind the microphone and kind of try to make the video a little bit more interesting for you guys and not just the usual subtitles. So please let me know down in the comments below if you prefer this kind of content or if you prefer the more ASMR type video with the subtitles. So all of you guys that tuned in the channel, thank you very much. This is just my first time making content for YouTube or any platform in general, so any feedback is super appreciated. In today's video we're gonna start off in Blender. As you can see, I am modeling the dashboard for the current trophy truck project that I'm doing. I started with 3D printing not too long ago, and I thought I needed to use a different kind of program, so I started with Fusion 360. I never been a CAD modeler, so I was a little bit struggling to get some of the shapes correctly, so I decided to try ahead and come back to Blender because I have been 3D modeling for a couple of years in Blender now and I feel much more comfortable on it. So as you can see, today we are in Blender and I am trying to model a 3D dash based similarly to the Armada trophy trucks. I'm not trying to do an exact replica, I'm just kinda taking inspiration from it, and as you can see it's coming out quite decently. I did try to make it a couple of times before recording this video because I couldn't quite get the shapes down correctly. But in the end I kinda got it looking quite decently. As you can see right here, I'm still test fitting in the slicer as well to see like the measurements and stuff like that. I found out that if you guys are modeling in Blender for the real life scale, you have to model in the standard Blender scale, and then when you're exporting you have to set the scale to 10 or 10,000, whatever it's 10.3 zeros. And as you can see, if you do that, the print comes out pretty clean. Now there's no central dash because I needed to try and fit it in the cage first and see how everything was fitting. But as you can see, if you do that, it's going to pretty much come out the way you want to. Obviously you must do a little bit of measurements in the slicer before you go ahead and print, because it's better to measure twice and print once. Ask me how I know. I did too many mistakes already with the seat and the steering wheel and stuff like that. And after I printed that, I decided to go ahead and start on the dashboard as well. This one was a little bit trickier because I was struggling a bit with the subdivision modifier and I wasn't really getting the results that I wanted, but in the end I got it working. As you can see, I am making a button box as well. This is going to give me problem in the future because for some reason when I modeled it like this, all the extra objects like the buttons that you see right now ended up going to create holes where they were meeting the other mesh. So one suggestion that I have for you, do not use modifiers on Blender, because the Bambu Lab slicer in this case was reading them as a Boolean modifier, and the Boolean modifier pretty much is something that you use to cut through the mesh. So in the end it was kind of giving me a weird print, and you will see that when I print the second version of the button box and you compare it to the first version, you will see that in the first version all the buttons pretty much ended up detaching themselves because they were too small. I still kept it anyway, it was still good looking enough, and I just changed the placement for it. And right now I'm just getting it ready to 3D print. Also, another thing, when you're 3D printing, be careful on how you put down the supports. Don't always make the program do it for you, because in this case I did, and the bottom half of the part was so hard to get them off. I was afraid to break the part entirely. And here you can see my Bamboo Lab A1 Mini doing its thing. I highly recommend this printer if you are into RC and stuff like that, because it's super small. It calibrates itself, does everything on its own. You just kind of do the model, put it in the slicer, and the rest is history. Now the time comes to glue everything together. You know, I could have done another print and keep everything in one mesh, but I didn't want to waste too much plastic, so I went ahead and got some super glue down, and I fitted the dash on top of the previous model that we 3D printed. For this application I used just your regular super glue. It was like $1 at the store. It's super quick to dry out. You have to be careful with the fingers, otherwise you're going to get stuck on your own 3D part. But yeah, this is how she's looking inside the truck. This is just slightly put on there. It's not fixed or anything. As you can see, it's not the super perfect position, but I think it's doing a great job. Like, it really completes the look of this truck. I'm super happy with the progress. Let me know what you think about it down below. And here is the second button box that I made. As you can see in the first one, all the little holes, there used to be buttons there, but they just fell out as soon as I got it off the printing table. So this is going to be the final look. I gave it a little bit of black paint. I did order some black PLA, but I couldn't wait to receive it, so I just kind of went ahead and painted the existing one. For the map, I had a map laying around. I just cut a little bit of paper out of it, and I just glue it onto the screen. Now for the rest, I need to prepare another screen for the pilot dash, and I think the dashboard is going to be complete. I think this is going to be all for today, boys. Stay tuned for the next video, where hopefully I'm gonna get a battery, bind it with the receiver, and hopefully we're gonna be seeing its first running footage after a couple of years. Thank you so much for staying until the end. I really appreciate your support. If you want to subscribe to the channel, feel free to do so, and super important, let me know what you think about down below. If I need to keep using the microphone, or if you want me to use the subtitles again. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.